Good morning, this is Hector Rivas. It's June 13th and you are watching Off the Cuff. Although President Obama is on a fast track to ram Nazi policies into our United States in the name of Adolf Hitler, it is important not to lose sight of the fact that the real conscious enemy which wishes to see the destruction of the U.S. is the financial oligarchy, with emphasis on the British oligarchy in particular. While we at LaRouche PAC are inducing screams of pain from the White House and Capitol Hill, we have our eyes on the real target. That is, to knock out Obama's health reform and break him away from the Nazis controlling him, closing off a major flank, a weak point the enemy planned to use against our United States. As we said last night, Obama only seems like he's the problem, but he's only a good scapegoat. He's not the source of the problem. What we have is an international enemy of the interests of the United States, and Obama too, in his own way, is the victim of the problem. But the enemy is the imperial monetary system. Take Obama's Green Bay speech where he called for deep cuts in Medicare and Medicaid and repeated that he would cut $2 trillion from health care costs. This was announced on the same day that the World Health Organization raised the pandemic threat to level 6. This is murderous incompetence, and President Obama has demonstrated that he is under the influence of the worst element of evil on the planet, the monarchy, typified by Prince Philip and Lord Bertrand Russell, who proposed that if a Black Death should spread throughout the world once in every generation, survivors could procreate freely without making the world too full. That's the pure evil that is controlling the president currently. This is our fight, and only with this perspective can we actually serve as a chance to secure human survival. Don't get caught up picking a fight with the marionette. You can punch it all day, but it doesn't mean that it will bring you any closer to the one who's actually pulling the strings. That being said, the context is still the imminent breakdown of the world system, which LaRouche has a unique ability to guide us out of, that no one else in leading positions has. Our surviving this breakdown is what LaRouche takes up in his most recent paper, which he has called the most important document he has ever written. We quote, "In July 2007 and later, I was prescribing a rescue of the most essential legitimate economic interests of the government and ordinary people of the United States, all of which is very similar to the way President Franklin Roosevelt had led the rescue of our imperiled national economy during his first days in office and later too. All that I had proposed then would have worked as I had proposed, but our government, including key members of the U.S. Congress, deployed like grave robbers to steal everything in sight, all for the benefit of swindlers with whom some members of the federal U.S. Congress and other parts of our federal government were in cahoots. So the problem has been that someone, including leading members of the Congress, let the Wall Street hogs loose to eat the chickens. Since that time, it has not been the bulls or bears of Wall Street, but the hogs of the London-centered financial world which have looted every nation of the world, including our U.S. government, and also your personal health care resources. This course of action has taken all to bail out the biggest and most useless pack of financial swindlers throughout the world today, a pack of creatures of incarnate depravity, the like of which today's world probably could not remember that it had seen before. That left very little financial support available for stabilizing the part of the economy in which the ordinary people live, including our capacity to produce the real wealth on which the continued existence of our republic depends for its continued existence, the production on which our people depend for employment and other essentials of daily personal and community life. Now the newly elected President Obama has joined the ranks with the grave robbers until now. So if he does not change, or we do not get him under control and turn him around, this nation of ours is about to go down the shaft to hell soon. We are presently operating within a range of a month or so, perhaps less, before the already growing impossibility of avoiding a chain reaction collapse of the economy of the entire planet starts to kick in. So if there is no sudden change away from President Obama's presently insane and mass murderous health care and other economic policies, there is virtually no chance that our republic or the rest of the world is not going to plunge into a global breakdown crisis more awful than what was known as Europe's 14th century New Dark Age. The rest of this document will appear on this website soon. So the LaRouche Political Action Committee will continue its drive to bring about the destruction of the international financial oligarchy. And those who are watching should join our forces in the streets, both in the United States and internationally, to wage this fight. The fascist coups in Washington, D.C. have been nailed by LaRouche PAC for nearly 2 weeks straight, and we're going to break them. So keep following this website, where Lyndon LaRouche will make an international intervention live on June 27th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget to contribute to back up our activities both on the website and on the ground. This is Hector Rivas, signing off.